What's going on, guys? It's James from GlazeLife back with another One Dude in a Review. Today I will be reviewing the television show Breaking Bad. The finale of the whole entire series just aired last night. I'm here to talk about that episode as well as the series as a whole. Just like always, guys, there will be spoilers throughout this, and trust me, you do not want to know anything about the finale. It was that good. Trust me. Alright, so we're going to dive right into this. One important thing about this entire, journey of this show for me personally was that it wrapped up, in a way that it all made sense. There was no questions left unanswered. That's one thing when you put a lot of time into a show, you want the ending to be planned out, and you want it to make sense and not leave you like guessing on important things. Of course, they're not going to answer everything. It's kind of impossible, and it would make for shows to run too long. But the key things, the key important parts of a show, they need to answer those before they leave the air. Breaking Bad did that. They did it. They are geniuses, and I'm so happy for it. There's a few key things that Walt needed to do before his journey, of this whole thing within Breaking Bad, his whole life journey of this experience he's went through, all the bad that's happened. There was a few key things that needed to happen before he was done. One of those was to get the money to his son, Walt Jr., and ultimately to his family. He found a way to do that through the company Gray Matter, the folks who own that company. He used to be a partner with them, and he sold his shares out a long time ago for like $5,000. Now the company's worth millions. But he found a way to basically blackmail them to be the middleman to give his money to his son. And he kind of threatened them with fake snipers, threatened their lives, saying if you don't do this, there's snipers watching you, hitmen, who will take you out. They're watching you day and night. They also had these like laser pointers on their chest indicating that they were snipers. They were going to take them out if they didn't give this money to their son. And really it was Badger and Skinny Pete, which was awesome because like we kind of got to see a last bit of them kind of finish out their story. We see those guys, they were just hilarious. They're not important key roles throughout the show, but there were definitely some fun characters. We kind of get to see a last tidbit of Badger and Skinny Pete, so that was cool. Another thing he wanted to do was say a true goodbye to his wife, or I guess his ex-wife now. He finally got to do that. He somehow snuck to her house and told her a final goodbye. It was real emotional, and it was definitely needed. They kind of ended on a phone call before that, so that was needed. He also got to say goodbye to his daughter Holly, which is really kind of a real sad, touching moment. A final goodbye to her. And he also got to see his son one last time. Didn't talk to him, but he was able to just see him, which was good. And he also, a really important thing, he gave her the coordinates of where Hank's body was buried. So he kind of gets that closure of for the family, for Marie and them to, find the body of Hank, which is something that's very important to him. Then after that, he kind of had some people to take care of him. One of them being Lydia. Now Lydia and him always met at the same coffee shop back in the day when he was doing meth with her, and he knew that she sat at the same table. She ordered the same tea every time, and she always used stevia. Well, that little thing of ricin that he had we've seen from a couple seasons now, he decided to sneak that into a pack of stevia, and she used it. He shows up at the coffee shop, puts it in the stevia packet before she got there. But he shows up, confronts her and Todd about, wanting to help them with a new meth method. Get it? Meth method? Pretty funny. A new meth method without using methylamine. He's talking all crazy because he wants to get in with them, because he wants to help them out to go back to their place where they cook meth, because Skinny Pete and Badger informed him that Jesse was the one who's cooking for them now. So now he has it in his mind that, hey, I need to find Jesse. So he gets in with them. Lydia drinks the ricin without knowing. She's slowly passing away. Todd invites him to his secret lair where Jesse is cooking the meth. Now, what Walt doesn't know is they invited him basically to kill him. Todd's uncle is just going to kill him because he says, hey, you're an idiot, you came back, I'm going to kill you. Well, Walt's ready for him. He has something in the trunk of his car that is ready to go. So, pulls in, and he has this remote control from a car, like a car key remote, that is going to trigger something. So he goes in there. They are about to kill Walt. They're like, hey, Walt, you're going to die, buddy. Well, he says, I know Pinkman's alive. You're partnering with him. You said you were going to kill Pinkman. Why didn't you kill him? So Todd's uncle gets pissed, for questioning his manhood, basically. Calls Jesse in, and now he's going to kill him. Jesse's standing there all like caveman looking, all scraggly, just kind of sad looking. Well, Walt grabs that car keys, tackles Jesse, hits it. Well, right outside, strategically parked, I must say, Walt's car, in the trunk, the hood pops open. Huge gun comes out. Sitting on like a garage door swivel. Starts just blasting the building. Kills all of the gang, Todd's uncle's gang of buddies. Kills all of them. Just slaughters them. Which was just a great scene. Awesome scene. Well, Todd lives. And his uncle is barely alive. Walt grabs the gun. Shoots Todd's uncle. It was a real awesome scene because Todd's uncle picks up a cigarette. Just little things like that just make the story awesome. Picks up a cigarette right before he kills them. Shoots him in the head. Todd's alive. Jesse grabs his handcuffs, puts a chain around him, and gets like that awesome kill against Todd. It was much needed. Jesse needed to do that. And so then we see the scene. Big scene right there. Walt and Jesse. And we see that Walt has been shot by one of the bullets in the side. It's kind of the end of the rope, and I really thought Jesse was going to kill him. I didn't want him to kill him. I thought Jesse was just going to shoot him. And Walt gives him the option. Walt has the gun. Jesse thinks he's going to get killed by Walt. Walt throws him the gun and says, "Do it. I want you to do it." Jesse doesn't do it. He doesn't give him that satisfaction. Jesse heads outside, jumps in his car. Free bird. He is finally free. Final scene is we see Walt go into the meth lab, and he's kind of just checking out the meth equipment. I thought he was about to light up a batch, cook a batch real quick. I wanted him to smoke some meth. That's just me. I know it sounds bad, but I felt like he needed to just smoke it for the first time. But he starts rubbing down, like honoring the equipment. And there's a song that comes on, and it says something to the fact of like, "My sweet baby blue." I forget what it says, but there's these lyrics to this song, and it kind of just, "For all that I've done, my sweet baby blue," something like that. But it's talking about baby blue as the meth and like the end of his road or something like that. And then we see him fall to the ground. He dies. It's kind of questionable if it's from the cancer or from the gunshot. And I really think it was just like a little bit of both. But I feel like he accomplished what he needed to accomplish. The money's to his son. He said goodbye to his family, told him where Hank was, and he ultimately rescued Jesse. And he took out all those who could harm his family in the future, and he rescued Jesse. Jesse was put through this hell, and he finally was able to save him and do something right for Jesse. And it was real touching. It was kind of like this romance story between the two of them. They always had these struggles, and you wanted to see Jesse come out on top there. It was so important. And Walt died. He deserved to die, by all means. He definitely deserved to die. But he was kind of like rooting for this bad guy. You're rooting for this killer, this evil guy. I mean, he was the devil. But you kind of are rooting for him, and you feel sorry for him at the same time because his intentions are good, but he really is so bad. And, yeah, it ended. I feel like it was a great ending. I feel like it was like the perfect ending. There was one thing that I have to gripe about. One thing, and that's the fact that Walt Jr. never learned the truth about his dad. He heard that his dad killed Hank, and his dad was this massive killer, and all this stuff, and was doing against his mom's will, and all the he heard all the bad side. And I would hope that he's told the truth one day about him. And same with Marie. I feel like they deserve to know the truth about Walt. But that's the one thing I'm griping about. But other than that, man, perfect ending. Great show, guys. Giving this a 1 Dude review rating now that I'm running on 10 minutes. I would give this a 1 Dude review rating of a 10 glazed donuts out of 10 glazed donuts. It's probably the only time I'll ever say that, but this is definitely the greatest television show I've ever watched from start to finish. They seemed like they knew where they wanted to go with the show. The writing was amazing. The camera work was just stunning. I mean, they did so much. There were so much small details in the show that I can't wait to watch it again. And I recommend it to everybody out there. And yes, it is violent, and there are some really excessive parts in it that are kind of had me shaking my head. But it is a great television show. Great piece of work by Vince Gilligan and AMC. I hope he does something epic next because The dude just has an imagination for creativity. And the acting was flawless. Aaron Paul, Bryan Cranston, they did an amazing job, as well as all the other people. And yeah, guys, 10 out of 10. What would you give it? Tell me in the comments below what you thought about the finale and the series as a whole. Was it the best television show you've ever watched? Maybe, maybe not. Definitely was for me. Anyways, guys, this wraps up another One Dude in Review. Check out our Twitter, Facebook, website, all that good stuff. We joined Pinterest. Yeah, it happened. Got a Pinterest page. Is what it is. Yeah, guys, thanks for watching. As always, keep on watching stuff. You'll find good stuff out there. Like, Breaking Bad. Yeah. Thanks. Dexter. Dexter.